Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, please welcome first into the arena to the blue corner, Michael Olagunju.
Birds fly high, you know I think. Sun in the sky, you know I think. Breeze the rhythm on by, you know how I feel. Well, it's a new dawn. It's a new day, it's a new life for me. When I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. We'll run free, you know how I feel. Blossom orange shoes, you know how I feel.
And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, now welcome into the arena to the red corner, Callum the Machine Millar.
One shot, 1, 2, everything well, one moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, our next bout of the evening. So introducing to you first, standing in and boxing out of the blue corner, tonight representing Blast Boxing, please make some noise and welcome Michael Olagunju. His opponent tonight, standing across the ring and boxing out of the red corner. Tonight, representing Magic Boxing in Chichester. Please make some noise for Callum the Machine Millar. This middleweight showdown to be fought over 3 2-minute rounds. Our timekeeper of the bell, Mr. Peter McCann. Our referee in charge of the action, Mr. Kane Baker.
So next up, we've got a middleweight contest between Callum the Machine Millar and Michael Olagunju. This is going to be an interesting fight. Callum Millar is a decent fighter with a decent record, 5 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw, up against Michael Olagunju, who I've got no information on, but you tell me, Alan, that he's a decent fighter, and yeah, he could be a banana skin for Callum Millar here.
Yeah, I mean, I know that he hasn't boxed for around about 12 years. He's been sort of trying to get a fight, and it's not quite happened for him, so...
That's a decent amount of time to try and get a fight, Alan.
Yeah, he's been inactive, but what I will say is he trains out of Blast Boxing. He trains alongside a guy called Ed Chatty, who boxed on the league's last event at the Epsom Downs Racecourse in Surrey. They sparred together, they're sparring partners, and I know that from what I've heard about Michael, he's very sharp, he's very, very slick, but the one thing, like I said, he hasn't been active for 12 years, and he hasn't been, you know, under the bright lights. He hasn't been out there. So, you know, what do we get? You know, he's got the experience, but that ring rust can be a killer for a lot of fighters.
Yeah, he's boxing well so far, but then so is Callum Millar. I think Millar landing the better of the shots so far with Michael Olagunju proving to be quite elusive, but still being closed down enough. But then he comes back with his own shots there, so This is an interesting one because they're both boxers, aren't they? Like, do you know that sometimes you get both fighters that just come in and want to have a bit of a tear up, and sometimes you get a good blend. But this is these are both boxers. They both want to box on the outside. They both want to box long, and it's nice to see two very good, well-versed boxers up against each other.
Yeah, I mean, sort of Michael, he picked a nice little body shot there, lead sort of like left hook to the body that caught Callum Millar. But, you know, Millar's boxing really well. You know, he's keeping it at range. He's sticking out the jab. He's doubling it up.
Yeah, he caught with just a simple, like, left hook, right hand straight through the middle. That was Millar got caught, sorry, by Olagunju. So Millar's got to be careful on his way in. But they're both very capable fighters.
Yeah, you can see that, and you can see the skills there. I mean, at the moment, what I'd say is both are just slightly out of range with their shots. They're not sort of quite stepping in enough. They're just, it's being nullified. Good little flurry there from Callum Millar. This is a really good opening round for both fighters.
Yeah, and it's a difficult one to score as well because the best shots of the round came from Olagunju, but for me, Millar landed more shots.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to edge towards Millar in that one. But they both boxed really well, and it's actually nice to just sit here and watch two guys go out and put on a real good showcase of boxing.
Like I say tonight, Dan, across the card here on the Redemption promotion, we have really seen some fantastic fights, you know, so evenly matched. You know, not one kind of blowout, not even one knockdown, even the one that was deemed a knockdown in the Ty Mori fight. I don't think that was a knockdown, but it's just testament to the matchmaking that Jack Dowling's put on here tonight, that, you know, so many of the fights are nice and even. Good little flurry there from Callum Millar.
Yeah, that's really intelligent boxing what he's done there, because do you know what? At long range, they're looking like it's quite 50-50. So what Millar done there was drop down and come underneath Olagunju and throw the shots. Not wildly, but look, from a wide angle. But it was really effective, really good work.
Nice jab there from Callum Millar. And he's just, you know, he's just the busier fighter. You know, at the moment, Olagunju, he's just looking like he's not pulling the trigger. He's looking a little bit, but that's a nice little sort of jab there.
Yeah, one of the things, like, it might be unusual to say, but one of the things in this, I'm looking at Callum Millar and I'm thinking, don't get too carried away with your successes. Don't get too, because just like this, I think it's what he started off in this round, boxing, was landing a couple of shots and then going missing again. And that was working really well for him. But now Olagunju's landed a few good shots. And Millar's having to go on the
a bit of success here for Olagunju. Oh, that's a good shot there.
There from Olagunju.
And you know, like you say, that inactivity, maybe he's now starting to find his timing a little bit more, find a little bit of rhythm in this sort of second half of the second round.
Yeah, this is it was looking like quite a tight round, but I think those little exchanges that Olagunju put together swings that round in his favour. So I've got it one apiece.
And he looks cool, he looks calm in that corner, Olagunju. You know, Millar again is standing upright, but he looked a little bit tired just in the last sort of 30 seconds of that round.
Yeah, a few of those shots looked like they had a bit of an effect on him, didn't they?
You know, Millar goes by the ring moniker, the machine, and I think he's going to have to come out and, you know, all the gears, he's going to have to really, really put it on Olagunju, because I think if Olagunju finds that, you know, that rhythm and that timing that he had in the last sort of minute of that round, I think, you know, Callum Millar's got his work cut out for him. Here we go, final round of this 3-round contest. In the blue corner, the black gloves, Michael Olagunju up against Callum Millar. And I've got to say, so far, Dan and I have got it 1 round apiece coming into this final round. All to play for. It's who brings their A game to this final round, Dan.
Yeah, and I think for me, Callum Millar just needs to step it up a little bit. He needs to get back to like we did at the beginning of the last round, where he was having a bit of success. Just that's a great
that's a
body
really
shot.
good body shot.
That was an excellent shot there from Olagunju. Yeah, for me, Millar needs to come in, get his shots off, and get out of the way. But he needs to do that with more consistency and a bit more intent. Good work here from Olagunju. Nice jab from Millar. Olagunju seems happy just to stand on that back foot. That's a lovely jab he's coming with there.
And I think Olagunju's just got his timing a little bit better now, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And interestingly enough, Millar threw a big shot and missed, but he actually had the balance to throw another shot off the back of it, which landed. So that was good work from Millar. But yeah, Olagunju is very much in the driving seat of this one, in my opinion. And it takes a good fighter to be able to back Callum Millar up like this, and that shows, that's a testament to the sort of fighter that Olagunju is, because he is a good fighter up against another good fighter. But yeah, for me, it's another Michael Olagunju round, and I've got it 2-1.
Yeah, that's going to be one of those fights where you're looking at it and thinking, it was close, it was competitive, but I just think the quality came from Michael Olagunju in those those last 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think that was the difference there. Just a few cleaner shots landing. It wasn't. I mean, it was no way like a one-way drubbing. It was a good.
Oh no, not at all.
Well-fought contest all the way through. We're both very skillful fighters. But for me, I just think in the last 2 rounds, Olagunju just done enough to swing them both in his favour. It's good to see the pair of them sharing a laugh in the middle of the ring.
Boxing center, please. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, please show your appreciation for both boxers stood here in the ring. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards with a majority decision. The opener of the bout in the red corner, Callum the Machine Millar.
Yeah, listen, I'm not sure on that one, Alan. Look, hats off to Callum Millar. He's a very skillful boxer. He done a decent enough fight, but I can't agree with that.
Yeah.
And this isn't me putting Callum Millar down, because he's someone I'm very fond of. He's a really nice guy. But Michael Olagunju, for me, won that fight.